Which I appreciate it. My question is a follow-up in some ways to the question earlier about the government's response to the International Criminal Court prosecutor's request for 5 warrants, 3 for Hamas leaders, 2 for Israeli leaders. And I want to, as part of my question, just to reference the the Universal Declaration on Human Rights and the fact that they are indivisible, that all human beings in this world have equal rights. And therefore, they have equal rights to accountability under the Rome Statute, which the Government of Canada, in particular then Foreign Minister Lloyd Axworthy, led. And in many ways, the anchoring of the ICC has been Canadian with the first leader. And so my question is, how does the government justify not supporting the ICC prosecutor's right and responsibility to request these warrants?
Senator Gold.
Well, thank you for your question. It is not the position of the government. The government of Canada does not take the position that the prosecutor does not have the right to request this. And thank you for underlining the actual process or stage of the process that we're at. The government of Canada was an early founding supporter of the ICC and respects its jurisdiction. That doesn't mean, however, that the government of Canada is prepared to take a position in advance of the decision of the judges faced with the request of the prosecutor. In that regard, as I tried to point out in my earlier question, and as a jurist, you would understand that there are actual legal requirements that the ICC judges have to, and one expects will take into account in evaluating this, and we'll have to wait and see how they apply those criteria in their decision-making.
Senator McPhedran.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Just a quick follow-up to that, a supplementary, and that is to just point out that if we look at the statements by the representatives of the government thus far responding to the prosecutor's request for the warrants, we see an equivocation, we see a differentiation that appears in their language between the Hamas leaders and the Israeli leaders. How can this be justified?
Senator Gold.
I think it's very, very easily justified, if I may, although, and it's simply this, and here I can cite Erwin Kotler, or at least indirectly, in a piece that published in the Times of Israel. Hamas is a terrorist organization. It is not a state, and it has a genocidal ideology that is of long standing. Israel is a democracy with one of the most vibrant legal systems in the world. And the ICC statute requires it to defer to those countries that have domestic